Welcome to my channel, to everyone who's new here, and of course to those of you who are back again. Great to have you here. Bitcoin is currently trading at 105,030 US dollar. In this video we will take a look together at possible scenarios for the price development of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. And if you also want to trade with cheap taker fees, then I can recommend you the crypto exchange mexc, which has a similar trading volume to Bitget, Bybit and OKX. But as you can see, the taker fees are far much lower than on the other top crypto exchanges, and on top of that you can get an additional 20% discount on those low taker fees if you use my referral link, which you can find in the video description. Also 100 pairs, 0 fees just on mexc, and here you can trade some popular altcoins without any fees on mexc. So let's get to Bitcoin. I don't know what Bitcoin did, to be honest. It looks very choppy. We have said so far, if the 105,750 US dollar breaks to the upside, let me take out what I drew here. Here we had the breakout. We closed over the green trend line. We got the retest because we didn't close lower than the green trend line again. And we got the follow through. And that happened within 1 hour. I went into a long trade because I've said if we get over it, then I'm long. Stop loss was set lower than the low here. Yeah, somewhere here. And my stop loss got hit very, very quick. I went into a trade, 2 hours later I got a notification. Okay, stop loss got hit. It's weird, yeah. I have told you before, we also have to get over the 107,250 US dollar to get the nice push to the upside, 108,800 US dollar. I didn't take profits here. I didn't do it. This was actually in resistance where we usually take some profits, de-risk a bit, but since I jumped into the trade here, 1.3%, I wanted to go for higher prices. I wanted to go for the 108,800 US dollar, which was around about 3%. So after that we sold off and we retested. I have 2 yellow trend lines. I will make the first one white. I will talk about the other one, the white one, soon. So we had here our symmetrical triangle, which also broke to the upside, which got its retest. It wasn't a perfect retest, and the follow through. So everything looked long since yesterday. After we got this sell-off and went back into the support from the symmetrical triangle, we got the bounce here. It looks still weird. I can't tell you, are we going up or down now, because we have still here fair value gaps. We can close those fair value gaps and get a retest of the yellow trend line and get from here a push to the upside. But it can also be that this push here was already our local top, and here was the first down move. Then we got here a correction, and then we can do at least the same length of the first selling to the downside, and this would cause, yeah, I would say another breakout to the downside, which would be bearish. So there's not much to do for Bitcoin at the moment. I closed all my long trades for all the coins. Some went into losses, for example Bitcoin, for example Render. HBAR went into profits. Sui I think also went in, no, Sui also went in losses. ONDO went into profits. Solana went into profits. So we had some profitable trades, we had some trades at break even, we had also some loser trades. Overall, it was a profitable day, but not as profitable as we wished. So basically, I'm not in any trades at the moment. I'm watching, and I'm going to rethink more entries which are a bit safer and not so choppy. So let's see what Bitcoin is going to do if the 107,200 US dollar breaks to the upside sustainable. Breakout, retest, follow through. Then we can expect maybe even a new all-time high for Bitcoin with a higher chance. If I want to jump into a trade once we break over the 107,250 US dollar, or if I want to jump into the trade if the retest comes or the follow through, it depends on how we break to the upside. If we get, for example, a huge news-based push to the upside, then I would definitely wait for the retest. But if our candle closes somewhere here, near to the resistance, then I can jump even into the trade if the 1 hour or 4 hour candle closes over that 1,720, 250, 107,250 US dollar. If they close over that, then I can even jump into a trade there and I don't have to wait for the retest. But so far, it doesn't look like that we are going to break it to the upside today. We have to see it. We have still fair value gaps lower than us. They even reach down to 103,600 US dollar. From here, we can expect maybe a push to the upside. But as long as we hold the 102,400 US dollar, it looks good to me still. And the chance is there to get a new all-time high for Bitcoin soon. If we lose the 102,400 US dollar, then we can expect getting first of all into the fair value gap, which is at round about 100,000 US dollar. I will put you here some price marks so you can see the exact area. That's the area of the fair value gap. If we also lose it, then we have here a support box between 97,000 to 98,100 US dollar. So I wanted to talk about the other trend line. I will make it to show you that in bright blue. So we have said that we have here a symmetrical triangle in yellow. That symmetrical triangle can also be this one here, which broke to the upside, which got its first retest, second retest, third retest, and here the fourth retest. If that is going to be the case, then we take the spread of that triangle and put it to our fourth retest, and it's going to tell me 107,250 US dollar is the target of that symmetrical triangle. It is on the 4-hour chart, this trend line, because we had here resistance, resistance, here a breakout. We didn't get a candle close lower than the blue trend line afterwards, so it was always support, and here again another time support. So we have to see if we are going to get another push to the upside, getting to 107,250 US dollar. If we do, and we also sell off, then we can maybe have here a double top pattern. So I want to get surprised for Bitcoin. So far, like I said, I'm not in a long trade or even short trade for Bitcoin. I'm watching and I'm waiting for safe signals which I can trade. So what about Ethereum? Ethereum was profitable and break even. What do I mean with it? We have tracked here a double bottom pattern. It broke to the upside. We have also said if the 2,500 US dollar breaks to the upside, it would be positive. Here we got the retest and we have said we can get into the blue trend line. So take profit was set. But I just took out 50% of the trade. Once I saw this push to the upside with its retest, I went into an Ethereum long trade again. Means I increased my position size for the Ethereum trade. And I've also said that I will put my stop loss lower than the red trend line. I put my stop loss in the end of the day here because I didn't expect this kind of candle. I actually expected that we are going to consolidate a bit more, and if we break to the downside, then we should get somewhere here where I have my stop loss. I also went into the gym, so I didn't want to watch all the time on the charts, so I wanted to take off like 2 or 3 hours. In the end of the day, it was kind of positive. that I have put my stop loss order here instead of down here. I put it to break even, just in case if we are going to sell off a lot, we sold off a lot. So 50% of my Ethereum trade was profitable, the other 50% went into break even, so overall profits. What I don't like with Ethereum is that the 2,437 US dollar broke here to the downside. Yeah, the retest, we didn't get a retest. Why? Because we had here a huge fair value gap, which we closed partly with that push to the upside. That push to the upside was actually the retest of the red trend line. And here, with this top here, we got the fair value gap completely closed. So what now? The falling wedge got invalidated. We pushed here to the downside, it's gone. I have changed the trend line here a bit more. I made it a bit smoother. Now we have 5 touch points, and I like it if we have many touch points, so I think that trend line is going to get valid. So I will make this one green. So if we break the 2,544 US dollar to the upside, sustainable, then I can expect a nice push up to 2,672 US dollar, where we also have resistance. If we also break it to the upside, it would be positive. If not, then we can sell off into our area 2,218 US dollar to 2,270 US dollar, which is a fair value gap. So if we don't break to the upside, if we also get rejected here again, then I think we can even drop into that fair value gap. And what I also see then is, I have so many price marks here, I have to take out some. Let me take out those first. And let me take out those. So, what I see here is a possible head and shoulders formatation. This one here. If that breaks to the downside, then I take the length of one shoulder. I don't take the length of the head, because this is most likely to be too bearish. But if we then put it to our breakout point, then it's heading to 2,130 US dollar, where we have support, but also 2,035 US dollar, where we also have support. So if we lose the 2,218 US dollar, then this area here is going to get interesting with taking profits a bit earlier for a short trade. So let's see what Ethereum is going to do. It's going to get interesting. We have some positive momentum at the moment. So if we break to the upside, I think 2,673 US dollar is going to get our target. But we have seen it, for example, with HBAR. I will just talk about HBAR. We have said here, if we break to the upside, then the 20.1 cents is going to get our target. If we get into that area, then I'm not going to wait for another breakout, because if the 20.1 cents breaks to the upside, then we can expect a nice push to the upside over the time. But if we get close to that resistance, then I want to de-risk my position. Means I will take some profits. I don't have to take 100% out of the trade. I don't have to close it completely. I can also take 25%, 50%, or even 75% out of the trade. And afterwards, if we break to the upside, I can jump again into the trade with the same position size, which I have taken out here. Then I'm going to buy back my position for, I don't know, 0.1% more. 0.4%, let's say it like that. Then I missed 0.4% profits, but I'm safe of that kind of push to the downside. If I haven't taken any profits here, then my position at the moment would be almost at break even and was also then in losses. Would have been in losses if I didn't take profits and didn't set my stop loss to break even for the rest of my position size. And the same I'm going to do with Ethereum. So if we break to the upside and get into the area close to 2,673 US dollar, then I'm going to take profits, de-risk my position. And if we break it to the upside, then I can buy my position back. So thank you for watching and see you on the altcoin update.